was to consume. Science shows that the lower omega-6 levels of fatty acids in the type of meats that the Holy Quran allows Muslims to eat lead to a healthier diet. Over 1400 years ago, the Holy Quran was already mentioning the health qualities of perirenal fat, shellfish, rabbit, ostrich and camel, and also stated that as a firm punishment, Jews were not allowed to eat foods that contain this type of meat or this type of fat. The Holy Quran says in chapter 4, verse 160, "We made unlawful for them, we deprived the Jews from certain good foods which had been lawful for them before because of the injustice which they had committed and because of their much hindering from the path of God."
Alright, peace of Christ to all of you. Please invite your friends and download the video and share it. After we finish this video, I'm going to post a link to show you how we can download my videos from Facebook. Very easy, and you can share them on your page or in YouTube. Now, here the Muslims trying to tell you that Quran is leading us to use omega-6. So, because this is very healthy, and she is quoting like 100 scientists, and all of us to talk about Quran leading us to eat omega-6. And the verse she is using for us is the same verse we will use to debunk their false argument. So please listen carefully and learn how to debunk the stupidity of Islam and how the Muslim try to fool you. I will play a little bit back so you can follow up with the topic she is saying, and we will reach to this verse again and we will stop it. Let us see.
Rabbit, ostrich and camel, and also stated that as a firm punishment, Jews were not allowed to eat foods that contain this type of meat or this type of fat. The Holy Quran says in chapter 4, verse 160, "We made unlawful for them, we deprived the Jews from certain good foods which had been lawful for them before because of the injustice which they had committed and because of their much hindering from the path of God, Allah's way." In chapter 6, verse 146, the Holy Quran also says, "We, God, forbade them, the Jews, the fat of the cattle and the sheep, except that which is carried on their backs or in the viscera or mixed with bones. This was a punishment we gave them on account of their rebellion." When we look at the facts, it's quite clear Jews and Muslims are forbidden from eating pork, but amazingly, Jews are also forbidden by the Torah from eating certain healthy foods, which they name not kosher, such as rabbit, ostrich, camel, shellfish, and...
Now we will show you how stupid what she just said. The Quran, in the verse she quoted for us, if we go back here, read carefully.
Foods that contain this type of meat or this type of fat. The Holy Quran says in chapter 4, verse 160, "We made unlawful for them, we deprived the Jews from certain good foods which had been lawful for them before because of the injustice which they had committed and because of their much hindering from the path of God, Allah's way." In chapter 6...
Alright, hold on. She is claiming that the list of the food which is in the list here, or let us say in this verse, is different from the verse where the Muslims are allowed to eat certain food, which is absolutely a big fat lie. You see, the verse here is saying, "We made unlawful for them, we divert them from certain good food which had been lawful for them before." Now, can the Quran and can this woman tell us what is the lawful food was lawful for them before? She have no answer. Now, the whole point is she is trying to say that camel meat and rabbit meat is healthy. You can go right now and search. You will find it is totally the opposite. And this verse have nothing to do with her claim. If we go right now and see the interpretation for the verse, let us see what the verse is saying. Again, remember, this is just to show you we are quoting the exact verse. We are not making our own. All right. Chapter 4, verse number 160. Hold on. 4:1060. You know, always I find the Muslims very funny and kind of hilarious when they try to make the Quran a book of science, when the Quran is a joke. Let's do this. We go to the verse. I'm trying to make those videos are short. Later we will do longer video, but those are short, so you can download them, you know. All right. فبظلم من الذين هادوا حرمنا عليهم طيبات أحلت لهم, etc. So chapter 4 verse number 160, it says that because they were unjust, we forbid them from the unlawful the food which was lawful for them before. Does the Quran speak about rabbit? Nowhere is speaking about that. Nowhere. Now, if we try to find from the Muslims' interpretation what became unlawful for the Jews and what became lawful for the Muslims, we can go and see the interpretation. However, I'm not going to waste my time and go with the Muslims trying to look for omega-6 in their Quran, when the Quran actually proving to us that this is a stupid book. For you can go right now and search, and you will find that the meat of the rabbit is very harmful. One of the reasons the meat of the rabbit is very harmful, because the rabbit re-chew doesn't have like a good metabolism system, so it's re-chewed its own food again, which means it do poo-poo, and then that poo-poo have two kind, and that poo-poo is to throw away and garbage, and poo-poo to re-eat. However, there's videos on YouTube made by scientists explain to you how this process happened. Let me find you something just to show you how we can debunk easy. They use science to talk about omega-6, but omega-6 exists in many meat, exists in many food. And the funny, even the Quran is encouraging you to eat seafood, and supposedly she is saying that, but I could not really find what she is talking about. If we go in YouTube and we try to find some scientific videos, we will find many. Now, for sure, you might find some people saying to you, rabbit food is very tasty, etc. Let us see. All right. I'm not going to play the video because some videos they have copyright, but we can play short of it just to show you why eating meat generally is poison for you. But we want to find something speaking about poison. Here is the Muslim is asking, is it a principle to eat rabbit meat? I'm not going to play that. Until now we find, because I don't want to play just just any video. Okay, hold on. Maybe it's better we find an article. You see, I'm not even preparing for this. Why I'm searching for this. All right. You can search in by yourself, and you will find there is many articles speaking about rabbit meat, and what it is, what is the bad about it, and what is the good about it. I'm not a scientist. I don't claim to be a person who knows science, but my job here to show you that what the Quran is saying have nothing to do with this, because the Quran saying that Allah He forbid the Jews from drinking what is good or eating what is good as a punishment. Now the Quran, if this is the case, as she said in the video, why Allah did not forbid the Jews, sorry, this is wrong video here, why Allah did not forbid the Jews from eating beef or eating, why Allah did not punish the Jews by eating pork? She said we forbid them only from eating the good food, but we don't find any proof of that, because the good food for Allah is all the food. And Muhammad, he did not eat certain food for a reason. As an example, why Muhammad did not eat the pork? Because the Quran says that the Jews, Allah he transformed them into pigs. There's a video made by a guy, Muslim guy, and he said in his video that if you eat a swine, you are eating a Jew. And this is coming from the Quran, because the Quran confirmed that. Why we cannot eat swine? Doctor, okay, let's see. I will try to find the video. Sometimes it's hard to find what here we go. Actually, she have a video of herself speaking about it. Now this is the same video. Yeah, I made a video about it before. This is a guy. All those Muslims speaking about eating swine. Why Allah forbid eating swine? But the main reason for forbidding eating swine is if you eat a swine, you are eating a Jew. All right. Look like it's very hard to find what you are looking for when you need it. All right. Let us change the title. Maybe we can find it. Yeah, look like we are having hard time. Maybe they flag it and they take it down. That's why I ask people to download the videos and share it with their friends. Anyway, we can go to the Quran. Maybe that's better, so we will not waste our time. The Quran says that Allah He transformed the Jews into pigs and monkeys, and that is why the Muslims cannot eat pigs. The verse in front of us here, chapter 2, verse number 65, contradicting other verse, saying here that Allah He made them only as monkeys. And this is a very stupid argument too. And funny, the Muslims, they speak about science, but yet they are trying to confirm to us that we used to be human and then we became monkeys. When the atheists try to prove the opposite, they say we used to be monkeys and we became a human. Now, here, let us see. Let us see. Here we go. Chapter 5, verse number 60. It says that Allah He punished the Jews and He made them transform them into apes and swine. Actually, it is monkey exactly. Not, you can use apes, but it's monkey. This is the correct Arabic word. So this is one of the reasons to forbid the Muslims from eating swine. And we will prove that to you from the mouth of Muhammad, that this is the only reason why he don't want to eat certain kind of food, for he think those are Jews. If we go in the hadith, we will find let us go take this. Okay, we can search for it in English. Why Muhammad refused to eat, as an example, lizard? The reason for him he refused to eat it because he believed that the lizard, there might be a kind of Jew who Allah transformed them into lizard. Read with me here carefully, you will find the following. We were in army with the messenger of Allah and we got some lizard. I roasted one lizard and brought it to him and placed it before him. He took a stick and counted its fingers. He then said, a group of the children from the children of Israel was transformed into an animal of the land, and I do not know which animal it was. He did not eat it nor forbid it. So Muhammad here, he refused to eat it because he is not sure if this animal he is suspicious about this animal, that he might be from the Jews. Therefore he will not eat this animal. The Muslims, they try to make it about omega-6 and omega-8 and omega-12 and omega whatever, when all of the story is based on a stupid fiction Muhammad he created, that the Jews, Allah transformed them into apes and monkeys and pigs and maybe lizard, and actually in different hadith he says he suspects that they are rats. But the Muslims, they try to make it about something totally different, proving to us that again and again Muslims, they are out of line, out of any kind of logic, trying to divert the true meaning from what Muhammad and Islam teach to make it about science. If we read here, and here we will see the stupidity of Muhammad and what they call science to be very stupid science. Because if Muhammad is a person of science, how in the world he believed that lizard he was a Jew, and how the rat he was a Jew? Read with me carefully. The Prophet said a group of the Israeli were lost. Nobody knows what they did, but I do not see them except they were cursed and changed into rats. For if you put the milk of the she-camel in front of a rat, it will not drink it. But if the milk of a sheep you put it in front of it, it will drink it. So Muhammad is comparing between the food, what the rat eat, and what the Jews eat. The Jews, they forbid eating or drinking the she-camel, and the rat, they don't like it. So Muhammad come with the smart, amazing scientific conclusion that the rat, they might be a Jew. Then we can make the same conclusion. Donkeys don't drink whiskey. Muslims don't drink whiskey. Obviously, the donkeys are Muslims too. However, we can prove that Muhammad, he believed that it's very possible that you were to be a Muslim and you transform into a donkey. If we go in the hadith here, we will find the following. I'm just trying to show you the science of Islam and how the Muslim try to make a guy who is mad a scientist. It's very possible for you to be a Muslim and a donkey, and Muhammad proved that. Look what Muhammad he said. Look like Muhammad he believed strongly that his God always transformed people into animals, even the Muslims. Look what he says. Muhammad SAWS said, does the one who raises his head before the Imam, okay, not fear that Allah may turn his head into the head of a donkey? So it's very clear that you, and this is why Muhammad he forbidden from eating the meat of donkey too. You cannot eat a donkey because he might be transformed into he might be a Muslim who transformed because he raised his head before Allah. Now the donkey here, Muhammad he threatened the Muslims that Allah will make them a donkey because obviously he's trying to scare the hell of them, so they will not raise their head before he finished the prayer, and because they don't want them maybe to see how many errors. He cannot even repeat the prayer accurately because he's just creating something. So in the videos of Muslims, they made it from a verse about the Quran, speak about nothing about science. It's about Allah punishing somebody, to make it about omega-6 and omega benefit. But is that true? Now we continue. If Muhammad was a person who teach us how to be good and how to be healthy, then how you explain to me the Prophet, he ordered his followers to drink camel urine, which is it's an acid, very dangerous, can destroy your kidney. If we go here first, we see Muhammad used to eat without even washing his hands. But before that, we will see the following. Muhammad not only teaching people not to be clean, he is enjoying it. He is making them wash with his leftover water, the one he washed his testicles with it. Read with me carefully. Allah apostle come to us at noon, and water for ablution was brought for him. After he had performed ablution, do you know what ablution means? Go and check. He washed his hand, he washed his feet, he put water in his mouth and he spit it. He put water in his nose and he spit it. He washed every dirty place supposedly, and then the remaining water was taken by the people and they started smearing their body with it. Is that the health benefit? That somebody, he clean his ass, he clean his mouth, he clean his private part, he clean his foot, he clean his nose, he clean his mouth. What Muhammad was doing with this water? Yet the Muslims are fighting over his filthy water, and supposedly this is omega-6 maybe. Let us continue. Just to show you how healthy to be a follower of Muhammad. Okay? Muhammad ordering the Muslim to drink camel urine. Here you will see that a group of people, after they came and they convert to Islam, anyone convert to Islam, Muhammad right away he ordered him to drink the milk of the camel and the urine of the milk as medicine. You see, Muhammad, he claimed urine as medicine. You can go right now and search how destroying to your kidney it is to drink urine, because urine is a pure acid full of poison. So drinking urine is one method of Islam. This is why you can go and search right now and you will see it's a very popular. And actually United Nation made a warning for Islamic countries not to drink camel urine, because a lot of people dying. Let me find it for you. United Nation drinking camel urine. All right. Stop drinking camel urine. The World Health. So there's tons of warning about you. If you drink camel urine, you are killing yourself. It's very bad, it's very dangerous, etc., etc. But yet the Muslims, they are talking about omega-6. Can we find omega-6 in camel urine? And how come your Prophet is making such a stupid statement that we should drink camel urine? That is another deception. The Muslim, they will not tell us why they are lying to us about eating healthy like a Muslim. Muhammad was not eating healthy, and he do not know what healthy mean. If we go here, what about eating healthy like Muhammad here? Read with me carefully. Apostle of Allah, may peace upon him, which means may Allah pray on him and salute him, came out of the bathroom after revealing himself, and the food was brought to him, and he took it and he did not touch the water. So Mrs. Healthy and the Muslim who speak about eating healthy as a Muslim, do you encourage people after they go from the bathroom and touch their ass and clean themselves to go and eat without washing themselves? Is that how to eat healthy? Obviously, this is how to eat healthy according to Muslims. We continue. Because as long as we are talking about eating healthy, let us see how healthy Muhammad was. You know, I don't want to forget to mention here Muhammad, a crime he did, a crime of torture. After he ordered those people to drink camel urine, he did because they left Islam and run away, and supposedly they killed one shepherd. So he got them, and then he put nails in their eyes, and he cut their feet, and he cut their hands, as you see. I think this is a very healthy treatment according to Islam and proving that Muhammad is a prophet of mercy. We cannot forget to mention this crime Muhammad he did and how much he is watching horror movies. Actually, he is a founder of horror movies. When a Muslim he speak to me about eating healthy, we can quote for you tons of reference coming from Islamic books speaking about how Muhammad make people do crazy stuff. As an example, Muhammad used to have sex with all his wives without even washing, which means he wash at the end, and we know that this is very dangerous and can cause cancer to women and can transmit many diseases, because if a woman she have an infection in her private part, he is carrying the disease from one to other. Allah Messenger would go around to his wives with one ghusl, which means with one wash. And look how the Muslim make the translation very short. He have the Messenger of Allah, he used to have sexual intercourse with his wives with single bath. That again a clear evidence that Muhammad was a very healthy man, and he is the best to follow and to be healthy following his method of life. So when the Muslims they say how to eat healthy and how to be healthy and who is the best one to be healthy according to is the teaching of the Prophet and the teaching of Allah, we find that this is absolutely stupid. Actually, Muhammad he used even after after he have intercourse, he used to dry his hand with the wall, or even after he go to the bathroom. So you can imagine what kind of paint Muhammad he have in his bathroom wall. He don't even use a towel. He dry his hand in the bathroom in the bathroom. Or we can say his room, because the bathroom, it was his room. If you remember, a Muslim woman, she drank the urine of the Prophet. Let me find you the hadith. And the Prophet, he promised that women, that from now on, she will never have pain. She will never have pain ever because she drank his urine. Let us see. I will try to find you the hadith. Omega 6. So they bring you a verse have nothing to do with what we're talking about. Look like this hadith will not be found here in English, but we will find it and try to find it in different place. All right. Let us try to find this hadith. The Prophet he used to piss, and he put his piss under his bed, and that is telling us how much clean he is. However, we need to find you the hadith about the women who drank his piss. If we cannot find it in English, then we have no choice but to find it in Arabic. That's fine, not a big deal. All right. This is the book. The book name is Al-Bayhaqi, volume number 7. All right. And we will show you the page in the front of you. Page number 106. It says here, let us see. Hadith number 49, or chapter 4, let us say part 49. The Prophet, I've been taught by etc. etc. that the Prophet he used to put a dish full of his piss. He pissed in it and he put it under his bed. And one day he came to piss again in it, which means Muhammad, he leave it there and piss. So he found the dish is empty. And then he said to a woman, her name, Baraka, she used to be his maid. She was the maid of Habiba, which means is one of his wives. So he said to her, where is the piss? Where is the urine? Where is my urine? The one it was here. She said, I drank it. I drank it. In different hadith, let me show you. Muhammad, he said, bless your stomach, you will never, your belly will never suffer after that. Now, Muhammad here, and here you notice with me, Muhammad is a chicken and he is suspicious about where is the piss gone. It looked like the piss should stay there. Because is it normal that the servant or the slave he have, she is going to clean that dish? Like, should she keep it there? Why Muhammad is investigating where is my piss is gone? Do he sell it? Isn't it normal that the servant, she is going to take the piss of the Prophet and throw it away? But look like Muhammad, he always have a concern about his piss, where it goes. So he wanted to know what she did with it. Where is my piss? Let me show you different hadith. Let us see here, okay. I'm trying to find you the other one where Muhammad, he told the women that it's a blessing for you. It is your belly will not get hurt anymore. And look here, actually they are saying, and this woman, she used to be called Yusuf, and she never gets sick after that until she die. Read with me carefully. This is your Muslim website, Muslims. قالت شربته يا رسول الله. وفي رواية عبد الرزاق ابن جريج قال صح يا يوسف. He says, good for you, Yusuf. Health for you, Yusuf. And the Prophet, he said that. And then it says, and this woman, she never gets sick after that until she die. So if you drink the urine of the Prophet, look like it's full of omega-6. So the Muslims, they made a video for us about how healthy to be a Muslim and to eat as a Muslim, but they will not tell you that being as a Muslim means to drink camel urine, to have sex without washing your hands, to come from the bathroom without washing your hands. Actually, according to the Muslims, that the Muslims, even dogs used to come inside the mosque, and the Muslim never clean the mosque after he piss. You believe it or not? So to be healthy is to be healthy. Is not only one thing, it's many things. And we could not find anything healthy about Muhammad. Actually, Muhammad, he used to be full of lice, as we know. How a man, he is healthy, and yet he is full of lice. Having lice all over your head is a very clear sign that he is a person who is suffering from a health problem. He don't clean himself, obviously. So why the Muslim, they want to lie to us about eating omega when the Quran never mentioned that? Why Muslims speak about science when the Quran is the opposite side of science? Can you prove to me that the Jews transform into rats? Even Muhammad, he forbid the Muslims from killing lice because he believed that they are good. And Muhammad, he claimed that Allah, he sent lice as a test for the prophets. If we go in different hadith, we will find this. Which mean lice are messengers of God. Let us see. For some reason, this hadith here. Okay, معشر الأنبياء. Let us see. معشر for some reason it's not coming, but this is a very well-known hadith actually. And you will see the Muslims, they were infected badly by, do you see it? All of this is about lies. All of this about lies. And Muhammad himself was infected by lies, as you see here. All those stories about lies. All right. But I want to show you the hadith about Muhammad himself, full of lies. Let me find you the hadith. Hold on. Let us see. Here we go. This is a hadith where a woman, her name is Haram. When the Prophet he visit her, he put his head in her lap, and what she do? She feed him. He lay down in her lap, and what she do after that? She sit and she take the lice from his hair. Look what here it says. The louse his hair, but the fact it's about. Oh, look like my. All right, good. My mouse is out of battery. Good, I have a backup. The woman, she was taking the lice from the hair of the Prophet, but let me show you. More clear hadith, because Muslims always in the translation. Look here. Here it says clearly, she is cleaning his head from what? Read with me carefully. She said clearing his head of lies. Now, omega-6 and omega-12, the Muslims trying to put it in the Quran, but we will find that this man, he was a very unhealthy creature. He was a very dirty person. He is full of lies, and it was a normal thing for them to be full of lies. And lies, my friends, is something happens spread because people don't take shower. If you take a shower every day, lies will not have a chance. If you wash yourself every day, if you clean yourself every day, if your house is clean, lies have no place to stay in a body of a person who is clean. Only in people who don't clean themselves, lies, they will come and they will enjoy their vacation there. So why they are saying to us, be healthy like a Muslim, if Muhammad himself was suffering from hundreds and thousands of issues? Muhammad not only was not healthy in food, he was not healthy mentally. And is that because he was eating omega-6, Muslims? The one you claim that it is in the Quran? The Muslims in their books claim that Muhammad, he was imagining himself having sex, but in fact he is not having sex. Why? They say that the Prophet was having this problem because simply he was, infected with the black magic. Now, all of us, we knew that this is garbage. I mean, who in the world is going to believe in this? This new mouse is not functioning correctly. Let's see. Hold on. All right. Read carefully with me. The Prophet continued for such and such a period, imagining that he has slept with his wives. In fact, he did not have sexual intercourse. So Muhammad is infected with an illness. Is that because he was eating omega-6 and eating rabbit food? Where is the Prophet was eating rabbit anyway? And maybe because he was eating the camel. And maybe because he was eating all the healthy food in the world, so that at a point he became a person who is suffering from illusion to the point he cannot recognize if he is having sex for real it was false. And the Muslim, they claim that this was because of a magic, and Allah, he sent two angels, and one of them sit in the top of his head and the other one hold his toes and hold, from his feet. And then they said, what's wrong with this man? The angel said, he is under the effect of magic. For me, I think maybe he was eating too much omega-6. Otherwise, those who made the videos about be healthy as a Muslim, can you explain to me what is the connection between omega-6 and magic? As long you Muslims speak about science, I'm trying to find the science in your religion. So what the Muslims do, and we prove it to you, they try to imply or to apply science on Muhammad, when the fact Muhammad, his science involved a sexual fantasy and illusion. They take a verse from the Quran, says Allah, he forbid the Jews from eating certain food as a punishment, and that food is good. Alright, this is what they say to you. But the Jews until now, they are forbidden to eat pork. So if Allah, he want, according to their video, Allah, he want them only to eat the bad food, and he forbid them from eating the good food. Do we have omega-6 in pork? Omega-6 can be found in every single meat. It exists everywhere. Let us see. You see, I'm not a scientist again. But as I know that this is the fiction the Muslims they try to do is sometimes is really amazing. Here we go. I'm going to find a scientific website speaking about the ratio of omega-6 in all kind of food. Let us see. Let us see. I'm just trying. Okay, I want to find just something have to do with pork and beef as an example. Let us see. I found meat from China. I don't want to go there. Okay, let us see. Let us do this. You know, we don't want to take it forever. Okay. Anyway, you can do the search yourself. You don't need to wait for me. You will find that all kinds of meat have omega 5 and omega 6 and omega 3. Have nothing to do with certain kind of food. This is a joke. Okay, I'm pretty sure absolute dose of omega 6 is lower per unit fat from my pork than my etc. pork. Blah, 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 blah. I'm trying just to find something easy for us to read as people who are not specialists in this scenario. Anyway, you can go and search yourself and you will find that all kind of animals, they have omega and they have different percentage of it. So what they say in the video is absolutely false, absolutely stupid. They try to mix between science and what Islam is talking about, and Islam never mentioned what is called omega 6. What Islam is speaking about, that Allah, He forbid the Jews from eating the good food, which means pork is a good food too. For the Jews still until now are forbidden from eating the good food, which is as she claimed. But because they are so desperate, they try to make it about
science. The Holy
science.
Quran says in chapter 4, verse 160, "We made unlawful for them, we deprived the Jews from certain good foods which had been lawful for them before because of the injustice which they had committed and because of their much hindering from the..."
So the good food is what the Jews are forbidden from eating, but the Jews are still forbidden from eating pork. So does that mean that Allah claiming that the pork is a good food? The Muslims, in different video, they will say to you, they will explain to you why we should not eat pork, which is nothing but a copy from the Jews anyway. So look how they lie and look how they make something, they divert the meaning from something to something. Allah did not forbid the Jews. Are you saying to me that Allah is trying to kill the Jews and make them eat poison food? Prove it. What if the food the Jews they eat is poison? Actually, you Muslims is the one who eat poison food. To the point, Muhammad, he made you drink literally poison, which is urine. For urine is nothing but poison. I challenge the Muslim to drink urine every day. Go and buy camel urine. Why you want to go? As long the urine is a medicine for you, why you go and buy medicine made by the Western, by the infidels? Why you don't make number one? Muhammad, he mentioned two kinds of medicine for the Muslims, honey and urine. What about we keep our Islamic tradition and we drink camel urine and honey? And you do not need the Western, you do not need anything the Western they came with. This is how funny those people are and how they try to play with you and to fool you. Now, I'm going to finish this video. We will be back about 2 hours from now. Actually, about 2 hours, 4:30. We will be back and we will have a longer broadcast, exposing the lies those Muslims they come with. Please tell your friends about our live broadcast here. As you see, not many people knows that we are here. Actually, supposedly this video I should have make it shorter, but we know the topic took us to talk about more and more stuff and to expose the lies they come always with. Muslims, how in the world you made this is about omega 6? I mean, how in the world omega 6? When you just told us that Allah forbid the Jews. And you see, guys, here they say from certain good food. Certain good food? Where does it say the certain good food? In chapter 4, verse 160, it says certain good food. Are you sure? Huh? Are you sure? Okay. Yeah. Let us see. Certain good food. I like it. I like it when the Muslims they try their best. You know, it's amazing. It is funny, but I believe it's not the fault of the Muslims. It is the fault that not all of us is educated about this cult, and not all of us know how to refute them. and they can mix science with fiction, and they can say whatever they want. And who of you really, how many people really there are out there, they are willing to expose this cult? If we go here, I will show you on the screen in a second. Hold on. All right. You see, in the translation they put for us in the video, they fabricate and they lie, and they say they added the word certain. I am going to go to an Islamic website, and I will show you from their website how the word certain is added. Hold on. Certain, huh? Let us see how certain it is. Very certain. We go in the Quran. This is Quran complex, have a lot of translation. Let us switch to Arabic. All right. We will zoom in so you guys can have a better vision. All right. Here there's many places giving us interpretation, but let us see first the verse. Chapter 16, verse number 18. This woman she did not mention. Let us read it first here. We forbidden the Jews. We have already told you what we have forbidden the Jews. We did not wrong them, they wronged themselves. So already we told you what we forbid the Jews. What we forbid the Jews, that can be found. Let us see. Ibn Kathir. Some food were made unlawful for the Jews because of their injustice. So the food was forbidden for them for being injustice. Now let us see what food they are forbidden from eating. Let us see. Muhammad said, all the food was lawful for the children of Israel, except what Israel forbid himself from eating. Now look at this contradiction. They said that all the food was forbidden by Allah as a punishment. But here it says that Israel, which is a prophet of God, and he is not a person who transgresses against God, as the Quran always describe him. So what the Jews have as forbidden is what he forbidden himself. Read carefully with me. Let me find you the hadith in English. Let us see. I cannot find it here in English. Anyway, let us continue in the translation of Ibn Kathir. Look what it says. All food was lawful to the children of Israel, except what Israel made unlawful for himself, before the Torah was revealed. Okay, hold on. Who is the one who said that? It was Muhammad himself. and Allah himself. All the food was lawful, and the one who forbid that before even the Torah, it was Israel. Alright. Now, as we know that a person should not to make unlawful what is lawful. If you remember the chapter of the Quran, a chapter of At-Tahrim, chapter number 66, verse number 1, it says that Allah, he said to Muhammad when he forbid himself from having sex from Mary the Copt, right? He forbid himself from having sex with her because he was busted with by his wife for having sex in the bed of the wife. So he made an oath that he will never do that again. And then Allah, he supposedly made a verse for him. He says, why you are forbidding what Allah made lawful for you? So here we see a contradiction again in the Quran. How Allah, he says, don't make lawful unlawful, lawful and lawful unlawful, which means don't forbid what is halal, don't forbid what is kosher. So now if here Israel is forbidding himself from eating a kosher food, but Allah, he did not forbid him, he is breaking the law of God. But because the Muslims are naive, they cannot even connect the dots together, they did not see it, it's clear in the front of our eyes. If we go in the Quran, the same website, Quran Complex, all right. Now the problem, this website is showing us even the hadith. I don't want the hadith. Let us see how we can make it only for the Quran whole website. Okay, Quran. Ya ayyuhan Nabi, chapter 66, verse number 1. O Prophet, why you are forbidding for you what is made lawful? You see it? How come Allah did not make a chapter or a verse for Israel saying to him, O Israel, why you are forbidding for yourself what is made lawful? So the Quran claimed that what the one who made himself the food is unlawful for the Jews is Israel, is not Allah. And then when Allah, he sent the Torah, he confirmed what Israel he ordered. But remember, Israel, he made that food forbidden for himself, not only for the Jews. And this is what the verses here is saying, or this is the interpretation. You see it? All food was lawful to the children of Israel except what Israel made unlawful for himself. So was Israel punished by God? Because the verses, the women she showed us in the video, it says clear words that this was a punishment for them being unjust. You see how funny they are? And those Jews who are Jews, we forbid every animal with undivided hoof, and we forbid them from fat and ox and the sheep, except what adheres to their back of their etc. Anyway, so all of this supposedly is Allah is forbidding them from eating the good food. What does that mean? When few lines before it says that the one who forbid that, it was Israel who forbid himself. And all of us, we know that Israel supposedly is a good guy according to the Quran, and he is a prophet of God. Here it says because they are unjust, we forbid them from eating that food. Now, why Allah then forbid them from eating the swine? If you are punishing them from eating the good food, why he allowed them to eat fish? Because this woman, she said, you can eat fish, and fish is full of omega-6. Why Allah is, if the purpose is omega-6, as we say, all the food the Jews they ate or they eat have omega-6. So the stupidity is amazing how they try to divert false and fiction and make it is about science. From forbidding you from eating rabbit, we try to claim that Allah is forbidding you from reaching out to omega-6. You can go right now and search what kind of food is full of omega-6 and omega-3 and omega-5. All food is full of all those things, and they have different ratio. Very stupid, very naive. Somebody telling me that the screen is not coming. Oh, sorry for that. Hold on. This is my mistake. That's my mistake. I apologize. Anyway, this is here what we were reading. It's in the front of you. All right. It says it clearly that Israel, he forbid himself all food was lawful for the children of Israel except what Israel made unlawful for himself before the Torah was revealed. We mentioned in this ayah before, which means that all type of foods were allowed for the children of Israel before the Torah was revealed except camel meat, milk, and Israel forbid himself later. You see it? And this is before the Torah was revealed. It is a clear contradiction for the Quran. In the same time, it's a clear evidence that the Muslims are trying to fool you, trying to lie to you, says that Allah is punishing the Jews by not eating certain food, when the fact all of us we knew. And you can go and search, and you will find right away. Go and search in YouTube about rabbit. Why the Jews they forbid themselves from eating rabbit. Go and search it. Why the Jews are forbidden from eating pork. Go and search it. You can go and check yourself. However, all what the Jews were forbidden from having, it was for their benefit. It was not against them. As an example, the pork. In the time in the old days, the pigs used to go free and they eat anything. And pigs, they eat even dead bodies. People can get killed. War break between nations, and pigs eat from whatever is in the ground. Dead bodies, dead human, dead animals, and they can carry a lot of disease. Pork today is not the same as pork yesterday. However, still pork is not really healthy. For a very simple reason, pork don't sweat. Any animal don't sweat. That's mean a high concentrated poison stay in their meat, because they don't have a system to get rid of their poison. The only system they have to get rid of their poison is their piss, but that is not enough, because still some of the poison exists in your meat. You cannot get rid of all of it. Sweating is one of the way to get rid of your poison. It's not only just because it cool you down. One of the benefit of sweating is cooling you down. This is true, but still it's a way to get. This is why the sweat have a bad smell. For it is not really something healthy. Why there is two spitting for Israel? Well, this is how the Muslim they pronounce it. No problem. Because remember, in Arabic, when you pronounce a name to English, the English one actually is not the one is right. The English one is not the one is right, for a very simple reason. You see, in English you don't have all the letters, all the vowels, all the movement. So if I write a name which exists in Arabic to English, I cannot make it correct. It's impossible. I have to guess. I have to make it close by this sound. So here is not about being wrong. No, this is not about being mistaken in the writing. At least as if we are talking about Arabic to English, not Hebrew. But anyway, I hope that we cover this with this area. Yeah, the vowel movement and those things, you don't have them. Not only that, we have letters you don't have. As an example, we have in Arabic, it is Israel. Israel, that's mean we have a letter like this. Oh, hold on. And there is a Hamza here. This cannot be found in English. So what I'm going to do for you now. So what he do here, he put the letter I which is closest to the sound, and then he put something here to tell you that this is not exactly how it is. You know, there's a sound there. All right, and you will find that in my book. Like as an example, if I say Quran, if you write the word Quran in Arabic, we cannot write it in English, because in Arabic we have letters cannot be found in English. So what we do? This is why when I write Quran in English, you will notice I added this. All right, here before the letter A, I added something small here. Why? Because here there's a letter A. You know, Quran, Quran. It's not A only, A. So there is a letter here cannot appear, because in English you don't have something equal. All right. Anyway, we will be back after 2 hours and 15 minutes again to expose more of the lies which they try to fool us with. Please feel free to share the video. I failed to make it short. Sorry for that. I wanted to make it short, but it took me long. The topic, it lead to each other, and you know, take you left and right. However, here is good, and I think I posted the link before showing you. There's a video on YouTube I posted how to download my videos from Facebook. It's very easy. Please watch the video there, and the link is just underneath. Thank you very much for being with us, and until I see you in 2 hours and 15 minutes from now, may the Lord bless you and keep you safe, and enjoy the rest of your day and your weekend. See you soon again. Bye-bye. Thank you.